Next news story. Which one is this one? Oh, right.
I made it right.
So, a Halo dev member, the original Halo, is sounding off on the campaign evolved reveal. What's going on here?
So he has come out and said they are breaking what that game is. First thing is you aren't supposed to take the Warthog up to steamroll the hunters. I intentionally placed the rocks in the way so you had to fight them on foot. When you can just smash the crates out of the way, it wrecks the encounter. And he said, but the worst part, they put trees in the landing area of the woohoo jump. Lame. You know, he says he continued, most people forced the Warthog through because of the hunters. The introduction of the hunter was supposed to be intimidating and difficult, but in the light, so you can understand them. Then you meet them in an enclosed dark area and they're even harder, but then you get the rockets and vehicles and turn the tables. It's a 3-act play of enemy design. You want to throw it in a blender, fine. It'll go down easier, but it's not going to taste as good. It's like the dance remix of a classic song that skips the intro and the bridge and just thumps the chorus over and over. Let's see. Oh, and later he offered, on further analysis, I'm sure it's because the vehicles take damage, and so you're just as likely to destroy the hog as get it over the rocks. If anything, that makes it worse because none of the vehicle tricks are going to work anymore. Man. And then he adds on sprint. He's not a fan of sprint in the remake of Halo. He says, he pointed out that the player was able to sprint in the silent cartographer shaft vignette so fast that it broke the music transition, saying, "Who is this for?" Then, if the world isn't scaled to sprint, you'll be able to trivially skip encounters.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, my thoughts on this are okay. I entirely agree with him.
Okay.
I entirely agree with him. I think that sprint is something that's been debated in Halo for a long time.
Yeah.
And I do think you can make it work, especially in a campaign environment for Halo, provided that you make the environment, build the environments around it.
Exactly.
The problem here is they are doing Halo 1 environments. So
it sounds like they're messing with the environments a little bit here and there.
A little bit, but it's like not, they're not making them realistically any bigger from what we've seen of the footage. And that's asinine in its own way.
Yeah.
And this kind of continues the trend of Halo Studios, no longer 343,
right?
Trying to make Halo its own and fucking up horribly.
Name change. It's like, name change does not change who you are, unfortunately.
As someone who was once a big fan of Halo,
yes.
Stop fucking with Halo. Just make a fucking Halo game.
Okay, let's see. If you want to make a Halo game with sprint and all the things that you enjoy doing in the newer Halos, make a new Halo game. Okay, if you just want to go back to bone basics of Halo, then just remake Halo as it was.
Or if you want to go back to bone basics Halo 1, like, fine, but then you have to be prepared to rebuild the whole world for sprint.
Right.
And you're obviously not doing that. You're not putting that level of work into that. Just like you're adding 4-player co-op for online and Skulls, even though the game is, they did build the game for Skulls later, but you're not building the fucking game for the 4 players either. So okay, cool. Now that there's 4-player legendary co-op, you're just gonna fucking steamroll it super hard because it was already not particularly super challenging game with 2 people on legendary, but now it's just gonna be like, okay, cool, you will smoke this,
right?
So it's like, dude, and Halo 1 is a game that is very atmospheric.
Yes.
It is the first game I've ever had to turn off because it was so fucking scary at points. Like the 343 Guilty Spark level. Boy howdy.
Yeah.
And when I was playing that, 13 years old, I was playing it a rainy night, got to the flood reveal, I'm like, and I'm done for the night. Hello.
The Flutter messed up.
So yeah. So like I think that putting Sprint in this is a terrible idea. I think changing it, and like Halo 1 is not like a perfect game. You know, the joke I always said is the second half of the game is just the game in reverse exploding.
Which I don't mind personally, but whatever. Yeah.
No, I think it's a great way to use assets, if anything, because you're in the same location. Like, it's smart. Like, I totally get it. So yeah, I think that another quote is, I was a bit shocked to notice the big tree that they would try to block the Warhog was gone. What are your thoughts about the sprint toggle option? And his response was, making an option is the biggest red flag for dysfunctional design. When you have no vision for what this is supposed to be, there's the tools to fix it yourself. And I agree. I think that one thing that is lost in a lot of design like this is the fact that you don't have a vision for your game and you are just making product for product. You know, like, note it. Like, I want to run this out here. It's like, notice Mario and Zelda do not have difficulty sliders.
Right.
The game is the game. Like, it was like Dark Souls. There are some things in those games to make them easier. Certain power-ups, certain things you can do. There are some guides you can follow that make Elden Ring the most trivially easy game in the entire world.
Sure.
But I agree with that. Like, I agree with that statement of, yeah, okay, so you turn sprint off and you get the atmosphere, but then what are you losing? You're losing the ability to be more effective in combat.
I mean, I think there's an argument to be made of, if you can not use, it's the old Doom tweet, you control the buttons you press. If there's a way to play the game authentically, and that's the experience you want, and you have the ability to do that, then fantastic. Now, it doesn't sound like they did that. They still have, like, they're removing rocks and trees or whatever to make some certain things easier, regardless of what you choose. But it's I think there's a way to do it. I think there's a way to have people control what they do and can make it easier or more true to the original.
Well, I think in Doom's case, Doom Eternal, not Dark Ages, figured it out, where it's just like, yeah, that ice bomb thing doesn't, and a couple other things they did don't, like, affect the design in a way that pulls away from the core of Doom. This sprint makes original Halo, in my opinion at least, objectively worse. It makes it just, because, like you say, you just blow by encounters. In fact, that is a problem that even Halo Infinite had. Of like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna go run around these dudes. Like, it's not good design, I would say. It's not like it's designed for it like Call of Duty is. Like, Call of Duty is sprint from point to point, slowly advance, sprint from point to point, slowly advance. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not that. This is a dance. This is, you're supposed to, all right, get in there for a bit. All my shields are down. Go back into cover for a bit. Like, it's intended to be a slower game. So
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt with this argument, this line of argument. But I'm also wondering if there's like a OSB Studio disconnected. What are you talking about?
It looks like the stream crashed.
Oh, fun. What the hell? Stream has crashed. Am I online right now?
Yeah, you're online. I can hear you.
Okay. Well, we're still recording. So when we upload this,
we'll keep it going. Well, that's the part that matters. All right.
I think that there's an argument to be made, and I'm not saying they're doing this on purpose, but I could see a line of logic of like, let's go Pikachu and Eevee. Like, remember the old games? Let's have a more casual, like, fun time. Let's go. Remember Halo? Just go around and do this stuff.
See, the thing is, though, is like this is not what this is not what this is. This is like we are introducing Halo to the new generation, and a whole generation in the case of PlayStation that might not have played it.
Right.
If you went PS2, 3, 4, 5, you never touched this goddamn game.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that it's not that. He answered some other questions.
Okay.
I think there are dozens of changes. Reload speeds are bigger, no health packs, falling damage that make the game slicker but ultimately less interesting. I mean, yeah, some of those came in later Halos, and I get that you want to make a modern game, but I also get his point of, original Halo. He answers a couple more questions here saying, aside from that thing, what are your thoughts on this game and what advice would you give the devs making it? Keep getting them checks. Remakes and remasters are soul destroying, and I feel for any dev working on one. And even if they do, they won't get credit. Bad situation unless you're getting paid. Do you think Halo Classic style of movement, being no sprint, would still do well in today's market? I feel like it would, and that is getting that is when Halo was at its strongest. Now the multi experiences we've had with 4 and on can't hold a population whatsoever. Probably not, but I'm not sure what the point is of a remake anyway. Nostalgia, a new gen of fans, occupying an enormous art team where you figure out what to do. Right. Is there something you do like about this announcement? They kept the music and the AI the same. It looks fine. I'm glad that I can play it on a Sony system.
Sure.
So yeah,
this spoils what could have been a really interesting experiment of like bringing an untouched Halo Combat Evolved to the PlayStation side and see what they think.
Thanks. Like, and if I'm being completely honest, I think that Halo 1 got a remake, and Halo and Gears of War got like just a tweaked remaster.
Yeah.
Right. I think they should have done this completely backwards. I think that the PS5 should have gotten the MCC, and I think that Gears 1 should have gotten the complete rework.
Yeah.
But
I think you're right on that.
I think that Halo 1, and like I know that the argument that I'm going to hear from people at 343 and higher ups and 343. Or sorry, Halo Studios. Sorry, you say the name for so long.
Yeah. That's
is the fact it was going to be, well, we need to, people are used to sprint and people are used to. It's like, great, bro. Then don't make a Halo game, I guess.
Right? Yeah.
Or make a new Halo game where sprint is the expectation.
Yeah.
And even then, there's still arguments about it because if you add sprint to a game like this, you entirely have to change the design of it.
Right.
You entirely have to change the size of the maps, the modes, the time to kill. And by the way, the reason they're not doing a multiplayer with this probably is because of sprint is part of it.
Imagine having sprint in Blood Gulch.
Yeah, imagine having sprint and Halo 1. Time to kill would be like what? 5 seconds. Jesus.
Well, so
sprint with the Halo 1 pistol. Oh my god.
It just occurred to me, like I thought this whole thing with the campaign Evolved was like the Halo team's going to get back to, they're going to work on the original Halo, bringing it to Unreal to, one, get used to the Unreal Engine, but two, to like get back to the roots of what Halo is. And it sounds like they're mucking it up like what original Halo was in this attempt.
Right, because like it doesn't look like there's fall damage from what I can see in this gameplay video, which like that's a big part of Halo Destructive. But like I was kind of excited about the prospect of jackable vehicles like later in the series, but I think vehicle damage is a part of Halo where I'm just like, I don't want that in Halo 1 because of, like he said, all the crazy shit you can do with the Halo 1 vehicles because they don't break.
Right.
Especially the Warthog.
Yeah.
Oh god, how are they gonna balance the Warthog run with breakable Warthogs?
Right, that's where my mind immediately went to. Was like, all right, this could go really bad at the end.
That's all right. Well, I'm gonna play this game because I'm a big Halo fan, but it feels just like like I my God. How are you gonna fuck up a remake of the original? It's not like you didn't even have to do much.
Right.
You literally just had to figure out how Halo 1's physics engine works within Unreal, and then convert the art style over, and then just leave it alone. Like, God damn it.
I don't know.
Well,
I think they just need to move the collection over. Like you said, I think move the collection over. That would have been fine.
Yep. Nope. Absolutely. And I think that would have been great for the collection because you would have got a whole bunch of population in it.
Yep.
I think that you can still get matches in Halo 3 and Halo Reach, but it's kind of hard to get matches in other games. So it's like I think that it would have been beneficial for that, bring back that community in a big way. And I've been working on a script for a video about Halo where like Halo used to be the top of the fucking kingdom, top of the food chain. Like Halo was the biggest goddamn game in the world.
Right.
Everybody played Halo. Casuals, hardcores, competitive, campaign people. It was a game for everybody, and it was an amazing video game. And Microsoft took what was basically like when they took over Halo as the second biggest game in the world behind Call of Duty. Call of Duty had the advantage of being on all platforms. Halo didn't.
Yep.
But and now it is a mid-tier live service game for dads.
Right.
Because it's it's old enough to where like they never got it in with a new generation.
Right.
And most of the people who are playing Halo and into Halo and enjoy Halo are people who came in sometime during the Bungie games. There are some people who did come in during those later games and they enjoy them, and I like parts of those games. I think the competitive multiplayer in Halo 5 is great. I really enjoy Infinite as its own thing, but they've never come close to the peaks of what they were doing.
Right.
And it's very clear, and it's and I think that they can't hold population, and it's every time like, how is this happening? It's like, dude, you're not making fucking Halo games.
Right. Yeah.
They
had some good ideas with the last one. Man, they need to if they make a new Halo, they need to make it so he has a grappling hook permanently. I think in
the campaign he does, and once you fully upgrade it, you basically can use it all the time.
Yes.
That Halo Infinite, if the game that was finished, the finished Halo Infinite that like came along, God, how long ago later? Like a year and a half, 18 months after the launch of that game. If that was the game that released, we'd be having a very different conversation about Halo right now.
Yeah.
We'd be having a very different conversation. It would be, man, they really nailed it with Infinite. It's still going. It's a great time. Versus the conversation now of, man, look at them puppeting around this corpse. Isn't that neat?
Oh, it sure is. Yeah. It sure is.
So yeah.
Yeah. The campaign Evolved is not. It doesn't seem like it has some great reactions. It seems like the problems with Halo are going to continue.
Yep.
So, all right, we'll keep an eye on that, as we always do with Halo.
Yep.
All right, next news story.
All right, next news story. Speaking of Halo.
Shit. Yeah. So ICE compared Hispanic people to the flood.
Yeah, so the White House put out a Well, okay, so this started when GameStop put out a like, haha, the console wars are over thing, like dumb marketing thing. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
funny.
yeah,
Okay.
GameStop.